So we're going to play some Enchantress because the leagues have been brutal for artifact decks. This one is splashing blue for Copy Enchantment. We've got Enchantress's Presence. And we've got a lot of crazy stuff. Oh, it was Shadowless? Wow. This does not seem like an appropriate commercial for television. Anyway, so we got Enchantress's Presence, all the normal stuff. We also have Copy Enchantment, which can become extra copies of Enchantress's Presence or Sterling Grove or Greater Auramancy. So whichever you're missing, if you need to draw more cards, you can play another Enchantress. If you need more Shroud, you can do that. Night Badagabeesh. I will be right back, and then we'll get into this one. Yeah, and we've got four current and previous streamers. I guess the only one who's kind of a previous streamer right now is Jacob, but he'll come back when he has time. But yeah, we've got the Pen Sword, Tunneling Cat, Mort to Light, and me. So we're gonna stream playing some Mario Party, maybe destroy some friendships. All right, hand seems cracked. Uh-oh. We should rinse Hammer Time, though, right? Oh, I think I'm going to be the only one who streams at Shadowless. Just so that, like, there's just one place to watch. But I should be able to get everyone on screen. Yeah. I mean, I don't think Kaya has a camera. So she won't be on screen, but everyone else will be. Or anyone who wants to be in the Discord call. Yeah, well, it'll be Kaya's Discord picture, so... So if they have double hammer here, then I could die. If they have hammer shadow spear, then you can see what Kaya looks like, Shadowless. Just look on Tunneling Cat's Twitter. She puts pictures of herself up all the time. Could I have Karen? Could I actually have? If I could, it was probably the right thing to do, right? Yeah, Larynx, that's definitely how this worked. They didn't attack? I think they should have attacked. That was free. That was free, right? There's no way that was correct. There's just no way that was right. Well, now we just fetch up, well, whatever, basically. Ooh, Ride or Die. Thanks for the tier 1 sub, 2 months. Alright, let's just get another forest. I got all my colors already. We just play the Solitary here. We've got double Enchantress, yeah. I didn't even just pay the tax. Not that I care, but yeah, Solitary is like it's like playing Sarah's Emissary against them. They can't beat this card in game one. Game two they can, but game one they cannot. You have died. Game two we get the spice, the melange. Oh, we get to silence the hammers. And then Aura of Silence. Yeah, that's gross. All right, so I want these 6. 1 Blood Moon's fine. Probably don't need Greater Auramancy. Yeah, I could board 8 cards, but it seems excessive, right? Like where do you shave, Bo? Oh, Destiny Spinners. We don't need these, right? I guess we need 1. Deck needs Urian. Probably not. You run out of good Enchantress effects really quickly. Oh crap, we have Stony Silence. Sure. What's Curse of Silence for? Hammers. Making their hammers cost 3 is a big deal. Like usually it buys you a lot of time. So sorry, what else am I boarding out? Like it's not Grooves? No, because they play like cleansing, Sail Cleansing or something. Curses for Cascade matches. I mean that makes sense. One growth? Okay, but like what else? Because like I just don't know. Like it just doesn't Riptide? I mean I guess. But he said he wanted it for extra saga hate. Like then we're not keeping it in against the saga deck? So does that mean it was always too cute? Probably. One Enchantress? That makes sense. It's easier for them to EE on 2 than it is on 3. YOLO keep? YOLO keep. We got the growth to cantrip. We'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, they have to nut draw you like 2 games in a row to really have a chance here, I think. Yeah, Aura of Silence is a crazy find. Okay, so now I can just thin ice this. The sideboard hate that's good against Hammer is really just hate for other matches that also hurts Hammer. Yeah. Meddling Mage Stick Enchantment. They already have one Shadowless. It's called Nevermore. There's also Gideon's Intervention. So there's two. There are two of that effect already. I mean, sure, you can want that. I'm just saying, like, they've had the opportunity to do that. They've kind of half done it. Do I just play Stony here, I guess? Yeah, and then next turn we'll Abundant Growth if I need to cantrip and do a land. I see what you're asking for, Shadowless. I just don't know if they're ever going to give us exactly Meddling Mage as an enchantment. Well, that's annoying. I did call this card as something that they could be playing, but this card is really good for Hammer Time because it means they have a flash threat, which is a big deal. But we'll force them to pop it, unless they want to pop it on Sterling Grove. I wanted to draw a land. We'll sell for it as an artifact. Yikes. Well, yep. They missed a construct there, which is pretty good for us. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, like, I'll take the trade. If we draw a land, we get to Blood Moon him out. No, well, not quite, but close. Thoughtseize. Rats. Luckily, we have a lot of good cards, so hard for them to have an easy choice. Yeah, they take the Blood Moon. All right, I accept that I could die. Mm-hmm. Yikes! Oh, that's lethal. Shit. Okay. Okay, we just need a better keep. Is this good enough? Probably. I mean, turn on Thoughtseize would make it but that is not the nut draw. All right, opponent. I hope you have the removal right here, right now. They're not playing Thin Ice. That's nice to know. So Sythis. Okay. Don't lethal me, opponent. If you don't lethal me, I'll probably win. Because next turn we can go Copy Enchantment the Sterling Grove. Then I'll have 4. Damn it. Okay, well. Can upkeep tutor with the Grove and get the aura? I have not seen No Time to Die. I've heard good things about it, though. Do I want to upkeep tutor? Or do I want to copy the Grove first? Which card, Carrion? What are you worried about? Copy Enchantment? What? Or the fact that Sythis is legendary? I'm not sure. I'm just not sure what obvious, amazing thing I'm supposed to do with Copy Enchantment here. Like, copy the Grove, and then, like, if they have a Paladin in hand, I'm just dead, right? To the double hammer. I guess I could tutor up Solitary here. Yeah, but why is the copy so dangerous? I don't understand. Like, they can just kill me next turn, right? So what? I don't know why they would care about copy enchantment if they have lethal on deck. Because the legend's obsolete. Well, that's fine. I'm just like, yeah. But am I supposed to grab the? Am I supposed to grab the aura, or am I supposed to? Well, no, aura wouldn't matter. Aura doesn't matter. We can't grab aura right now. Yeah, Sythis is the dead card. I get that. Obviously, taking this Sythis is wrong. Or do I grab Solitary, or do I just not bother? Because they could kill us right now. Take a draw. Okay. What's my opinion on Mistrigger? What is the? I didn't bring in Curse of Silence. You're gonna have to explain your question further. In Comprel. Okay, more. What about mistriggers? I'm a judge. I understand the mistrigger policy. Like, yeah, so we can play copy enchantment, copy the Grove, crack the copy, put something on top. How does that get resolved? It depends on who calls it and when they call it, Merry Winter. They can't equip with Stony Silence. Stony is the grab, yeah. So let's go copy. We're not paying for Sentinel this turn. Drew Hall. So copy the groove. Add white. Yeah. Stony Silence. Green. Sanctum Weaver. Draw. Stony draw. Okay. There we go. Mist Summoner's Pact trigger. Amulet player calls it after playing land for turn. Investigate for cheating. Basic swamp. But if the opponent missed it and they didn't call it, they chose not to call it during the draw step in theory. And if they were attempting to call it during the draw step and the Amulet player intentionally tried to bully their way into the main phase, that's almost definitely cheating. But again, like, and I see you put a kappa there, but I'm just saying, like, that is a real thing that could happen, and that is a real cheating investigation. So yeah, Mary Winter, resolving missed triggers is complicated, I guess. Yeah, Basic Swamp, I've killed a player who missed their pack trigger because I waited until they tapped down, and then I called the judge and I said, they missed their pack trigger. And the judge says, oh, okay, would you like this pack trigger on the stack right now? And I say, yes. And then they can't pay for it, and then they die. It's not failure to maintain the game state because it's a trigger, Carionlich. It depends, Mary Winter. They changed it. Is that angle shooting? No, it's totally within the rules. The way packed triggers work right now is that if a player misses it, it's just going to be missed. If the other person noticed it, if their opponent noticed it, the opponent can call it out at any point during that turn and get it put on the stack. Your friends thought you were a dick for doing that. At FNM, yeah. At Comp REL, your opponent missed their pack trigger. The old policy was they'd lose immediately. So, you're good. You're fine. Okay, so we can go Hall, put Copy Enchantment on top, play Thin Ice, draw it. Yeah, like, there have been a lot of policy changes of things that used to be instant losses. Oop. We can get a confinement. Oh, I should. And I'm gonna copy the groove though, right? For now, because at the moment I can't die, right? Oh, they do have a Sigarda's Aid. Uh, is confinement's just the game win here though, right? No, but we've got the Hall and the Sythis. So every turn I can just draw another enchantment. In theory. Like, in theory, I can lock the game from here. Although I'm locked, so it doesn't really... If they draw, like, engineered explosives or something, I die. You have to feed it, yeah. Why don't I get the aura thingy? Sack the Grove, put the aura on top, copy enchantment something. Yeah, I know, Carionlich. So... Oh, there's a silence in play, right? He can't do anything. I feel like we get the Aura of Silence with the Sterling Grove. And then we copy another Sanctum Weaver. I have to do it in that order. But I just pick up the Grove next turn. We're probably okay. Can you get a D sphere? No, I like this better. I like this better because it means like if they have something, I just shoot it down and then pick up the aura again, and then shoot it down, and then just pick up the aura again, and then shoot it down and just pick up the aura again. Copy on Thin Ice to Untouched Shadow Spear. It just doesn't matter if they have hammers. Having a seal of cleansing in play is way better than playing a removal spell there. Unless you were talking about the copy enchantment. But having more mana was going to help me on the next couple turns. At least I think it was. Anyway, triggers in Comp REL are very complicated, and learning how to properly do the policy on them is a big deal. And most players don't know how to do it, and we don't expect them to. That's the point of a judge. Yeah, that's right, Carrion. But the thing is, Mary Winter, when someone's missing triggers, you should if you're not the player who's missing it and you don't know what's supposed to be happening, you're supposed to call a judge. The thing is, a lot of people playing at Comp REL are going to know how the rules work, and they're not going to call a judge when their opponent is missing their Esper Sentinel triggers because they don't want them to get the card draw. They don't want to point out the trigger, because then their opponent might start remembering. I wanted to accelerate and try to high roll the play. So if I hit a land here, I have 2 mana for this turn. And now we just do this anyway. If they have Spreading Seas, I'm probably scooping. Oh, got it. Okay, then. So I'm not playing Riptide Chimera this turn. We have the Beset Forest. We do indeed. I maybe should have saved some of these in case I draw an Enchantress effect. No, I meant to hold the last one so if they do this, I could discard something. So I kind of wanted the Destiny Spinner there. But yeah, so in the case of Esper Sentinel, even against Mill, we consider that a non-detrimental trigger. Okay. So the context of the matchup doesn't matter. We're always going to call Esper Sentinel a non-detrimental trigger. So missing it is not going to be not going to be something that your opponent, or not going to be something that you're going to get penalized for. Unless we think you're doing it on purpose, but that's different. Is Bob detrimental? No. Well, people came in here asking me about it, Killy B, and I'm a judge, so it's like, you know. All right. Sorry, we're against Reanimator. Oh, we got the rips. Am I an L2 judge? Almost. I was almost an L2 judge, but I didn't make it pre-pandemic. So I don't think we want Thin Ices here. What was the play, Merrywinter? I didn't watch everything. Yeah, French Wombat is correct. If Bob had no trigger on him, would you want to play that card? Yeah, you can, Shadowless. And then the judge is going to ask you if you want it put on the stack. And then you do that. So the opponent's going to decide if they get their trigger or not. Again, maybe I missed a policy update. Missed a drum and an 8 on the field. It's just a GRV. That's a game rule violation, Merrywinter, and both players missed that. So both players are getting a GRV. But if the game's over, the judge isn't going to sign anything. You have to call a judge for a judge to do stuff. Like they're not going to come. They're not like going to helicopter in all the time and fix every game that's going on. Bob can also be an HC. That's really not relevant to the conversation at all, Alex. Oh yeah, Alex, you're usually more up to date on policy than I am. Is it possible for Bob to not be a non-detrimental trigger? Is it possible for Bob to be evaluated as a detrimental trigger? The two Explore guys, the rules were different back then? What are you talking about? The rules have changed many times. Yeah, that's exactly what I said, Alex. Like, if someone, yeah, if there's reason to believe, no, but here's the thing: anything can be cheating. Almost anything can be cheating. Let me repeat this: almost anything could be cheating, but almost nothing is. Well, we say non-detrimental, right, Alex? For clarity. There's detrimental triggers and there's non-detrimental triggers. It tends to help people kind of keep them separated. Oh, they're going quick again. Exactly. Mistakes aren't cheating. Some people are cheating, but mistakes are not cheating. Good draw. Did you miss anything? Not too much. Although my boarding out of Thin Ice might end up biting me in the butt here. Cheating by being built like a truck? I mean, I'm going to have to give it to you there. Playing for a Mox Diamond tomorrow. What should I play? What format? Grief me. Okay. Policy is bad. The judge program doesn't exist. I take what I know and do things better. Is the policy bad, Alex? The hell? Do we win game one? No, I got shafted by early Titan. When I went for the Thin Ice, they had Ephemerate on the... Or, not Titan, Archon. So, absolutely not Shadowless, because some people just hold their hand badly, and your opponent, like, easily being able to tell that nobody's that tall, basically, is my response. Your opponent can look at their hands like this. No one's that tall. It's not possible to be taller than like someone who holds the card parallel, perpendicular to the table. If you hold a card perpendicular to the table, there's no amount of tallness that is going to make the other person able to see it. So, no. That's not cheating, Forsaken Forest. The opponent chose to wear those sunglasses. Now, they probably should have said something about it. If they were like a completely ethical, super above board. Oliver, they got DQ'd? What? That makes no sense to me. Oh, no, getting DQ'd for lying to a judge is differently. I'm pretty sure it just explained Shadowless that Shaq would not have a competitive advantage as far as I'm concerned, but well, it's time to go bonkers. I don't really need to draw more cards this turn, but I will say Copy Enchantment looking real impressive here. No, it's not cheating, Red 7. That's my point. Is like none of that is cheating. There's nothing in the game that says your opponent can't just like be sloppily showing you the cards in your hand. You should probably tell them, but like that's their responsibility. It's fully in their control. I play with my hand revealed after I get Thoughtseized. I just play open with all the cards that they've seen. I feel like it's just better for like tournament logistics. Okay, so I think I'm gonna play out the Sanctum Weaver here, and they can take whatever they want out of my hand at this point. Yes, if you're trying to access their hidden information, that's different. But that wasn't what people were saying here. I don't think anyone talked about like, oh, what if I try to see my opponent? It was just like, what if there's a natural situation that causes it to be easier for opponent to see the opponent's hand? Not a problem. It's not illegal for that to happen. Again, in my personal opinion, if you're looking at your opponent's sunglasses and you can see their hand, yeah, I'm not going to Carionlich. That's really not. What if you place a full-size mirror behind your opponent? I have a lot of questions about that. You're supposed to alert them that they've insufficiently randomized their deck, Larynx. I'm pretty sure you know that. That's a fairly common situation. I feel like you know that. Do we leave in the Riptide? I think so. Yeah. So I have 7 enchantments and a Destiny Spinner. No, you boy broiler. That's not cheating. But it is. You can request that they more clearly demonstrate the board state. Wait, we just find a solitary here, right? Because it gives us Shroud? Yeah. So first up, let's play Auramancy. Looks like they're F6'd. Rip. Well, it's not actually lights out yet, right? Like, I haven't actually found the win. There's no solitary in the graveyard, right? And we need to draw to it. I have a ton of mana, so I'm getting a little annoyed here. There it is. We got 19 cards left. We're not going to deck ourselves. Oh, I had one in the yard? I don't see it. Oh, we had grooves. Sorry, we had grooves. Sorry, y'all threw off my groove. Oh, sorry, I didn't upload the correct deck list. I don't really want to rest in peace here. It's okay. Okay, people in chat really need to stop freaking out. I'm uploading the deck now. There we go. Is not revealing a morph still a game loss? I don't think so, Basic Swamp, but I could be wrong. Yeah, we're good here. They're going to attack with Archon. They're going to find out that they don't get a trigger. They're going to find out that they don't get any damage, and then they're probably going to concede. No, we don't win by frustrating the opponent. We win by booting up all our lands and killing them. We're going to attack them for 48? No, 52. I'm going to attack my opponent for 52. So, we're not going to win by frustrating them. We're going to win by killing them. Brutally. It's going to be great. It's not Lantern Control. Y'all need to buy me another $50 chip if I'm going to do Lantern Control again. Is this good enough? No, right? Because Gust is also useful against other decks, Basic Swamp. Not so much Plume Veil. Good joke, Larynx. I feel like I'm supposed to mull to like Rest in Peace, but then as soon as I do that, I'm gonna get Grief Ephemerated on turn one. Yeah, the thing is like Carionlich, like this plays, and like because I'm against a Grief Ephemerate deck, I really feel like I can't get super greedy about it. They've had like turn 3 Archon every game now, I think. Oh no, Carrion. Alex is the king shit poster, and Larynx is the king shit poster who actually is paying attention to the game. Alex has no idea what's going on, and he manages to shit post beautifully. Don't worry about it, Alex. You're great. So we play the Grove here, and then we can tutor up the Rip next turn if we need to. Yeah, Carrion, you just always want me to be playing Enchantress. Now I am. Sanctum Weaver is insane. Sanctum Weaver is nuts. We just top deck the Sterling Grove like we needed to. If they get the Archon this turn again, like they just had the nuts every single game in this match. There's the Archon. If they have the Persist again. I I I You have Ephemerate again? Yeah, Shadowless, I think what you're doing with your suggestion of the all of that is you're not actually making this deck better. Yeah, this deck is already insanely good at drawing cards. The biggest problem Enchantress tends to have is like on the first couple of turns of the game, it's not easy for you to set up your like critical mass stuff and interact in a way that's hard to disrupt. You either go slowly or yeah, I want to Larynx, but yeah, you're adding cards that like really don't significantly contribute to the strategy. I can't play any of my creatures, and I boarded out the Thin Ices because of things like Ephemerate and the fact that they could just bring this back. So I guess next upkeep we grab Solitary, and no, that doesn't work, does it? I think we're just dead. They just came out too fast here. Like, I honestly don't think I can win this anymore. I don't know if it's possible. And like, again, having Thin Ice technically would have given me an out, but not one that I feel confident about. Because they saw it in game one, they blew me out, and they would have. They're not boarding out their Ephemerates. So I think we're just dead, unfortunately. And step grab confinement works. Does it? Can we ever get out though? I mean, I guess Carrion, I was just like, I was under the impression that like letting them re-trigger their stuff is not good when they kill the Thin Ice in game 2 and 3. But I can't get out from under this. No, we're just dead here. I don't understand how to make this work. Yeah, like they had the nuts in all 3 games. We won game 2 because we were on the play. Like, I'm not going to worry about that. And I think boarding out Thin Ice is correct, by the way. No, I have to discard a card during my upkeep, Shadowless. So at that moment, I had Solitary, I had the Enchantress, and I had an enchantment. And I had to discard one of these cards. So I play the Solitary, the Enchantress is my hand, the enchantment is my hand. We go to the next upkeep, I have to discard either the Enchantress or the enchantment, and I don't draw a card for that upkeep. So... And then if they had a prismatic ending for my Enchantress anyway, or any type of removal, I lose there anyway. So they just were too fast. Every single game they were as fast as possible. The only game where I think having Thin Ice would have been okay, they immediately had Ephemerate. So, and it's fine. It's a powerful deck. They had a great hand every game. We lost. Like, it's all good. I maybe could have mulliganed to you hate Snowland's Engine. I maybe could have tried to mulligan to Rest in Peace, but then again, that's like really soft to them having Grief Ephemerate, which they play. So you hate Snowland's Engine with On Thin Ice. I don't understand what that means. Yeah, like On Thin Ice is a good card. That's an enchantment. It's not an engine. Like you're not playing any snow payoffs other than that. Jiggy dropped? What was his record? Belcher. Belcher's easy, right? As long as our hand is reasonably fast. Yeah, I've never heard of anyone complaining about like the snow engine before. We just play Grove on 2, right? And then... Well, we can't... 2-4? Holy crap. Jeez, Jiggy got beat up. Wait, if I don't get Blood Moon, I have everything I need to win, right? Yeah, I think so. Damn it. Yeah, and I could have fetched a... No, there's no planes in this deck, right? Or maybe there is one? There's an island, I know that. Oh, there is a plains. Damn it. Yeah, well, I screwed myself out of this one again. I mean, we can draw Utopia Sprawl or... Oh, I can Grove for Sprawl or... I could have upkeeped it. Yeah, there's one island, yeah. Okay, so we'll end step grab Abundant Growth and see if we can play through. All right, if they're not doing anything for a bit, we can play through this. Heck W. I believe we have wind. Okay. They don't know that yet. But that's okay. God damn it. $14 until Eternal Weekend? Eternal Weekend, is that right? Oh! Okay, that was unexpected. I don't have enough cards anymore, right? Fuck. Okay. Probably just throw the confinement now. Riptide plus growth is build your own Enchantress. Is it? Is that good enough to stay alive here, though? And then we just attack for 3 every turn unless they find another Shatter Skull for X4? Yeah, I see it. Okay. No? I could bounce the Solitary. I can bounce the Solitary. If they don't play a Belcher, I can bounce the Solitary. Right? Yeah. Yeah. So we're good. As long as they don't play the Belcher and just sit on it. Yeah, you can stack the triggers. Okay. Well, again, the only thing that matters is if they don't put a Belcher into play, then I don't need to worry. I should have put this on the Temple Garden, obviously. And I think they tried to re-Blood Moon this, and it doesn't work anymore. Thank goodness. I guess next upkeep I can bounce the growth and oh. Wait, but they don't have oh, but they have the 2 blue there. That's really funny. Why don't you discard if it goes on the stack? It's a choice, ride or die. It's a choice. So every turn you get to choose. Do you want to sacrifice Solitary Confinement, or do you want to discard a card? And you choose to sacrifice it, but it's not in play anymore. No, I mean, it's always been layers. It's layers all the way down. It's just layers, people. It's just layers. It's always been layers. It's layers all the way down. Sorry. I don't know why I rocked the boat. The status quo is the truth, and it's always been layers. Always has been. Always will be. So now we don't sack it, because I've got enough stuff in my hand to get going. It saves mana, Angachus, but it actually keeps me card neutral instead of putting me up on cards, which is what I felt like I needed to do. I was actually drawing a card per turn versus drawing no cards per turn. Red 7, Abundant Growth was bugged against both Spreading Seas and Blood Moon. It treated those effects as though they were part of the abilities layer, or it treated Abundant Growth as though it were part of the type layer. We don't know how it worked, but the point is, Blood Moon used to overrule Abundant Growth. It was played afterwards, and it shouldn't. All right, got him. So Curse of Silence seems good. Aura of Silence is like okay, but do I want Rip for their Pyromancer kills? Yeah, I think so. These two are what I want. We don't need these. So maybe we take one Aura of Silence. Oh, Stony. Stony's better than Aura. No, it's not that Stony's not good enough. I just don't think about Stony when I'm looking at my sideboard, so I hadn't found it yet. Yeah, Belcher is an unbelievably complicated deck. That's one of the reasons I don't want to play it. Is like Recross the Paths is just intimidating. There's going to be so many games where people are like, oh my god, you punted. You just needed to follow this 26-step flowchart. Yeah, it is Shadowless, except that it costs triple. Oh, way more complicated, Red 7. Infinitely more complicated. It is not close. It's not close. And again, as with Legacy Doomsday, there's a number of sort of default piles, but the okay, kind of put myself in a Insane is okay. It is now. There's a number of like commonly used piles that you'll go to. Yeah, I screwed up by not playing the Temple Garden with the growth though. But it was slightly better if I get turn 2 Blood Mooned if I did that. Yeah, that would have been better if I... No, I had the fetch land. Should have played the Shock here. Yeah, I agree. It's okay. We're going to Curse of Silence, Reforge the Soul here. So this is going to be fine. And then we're going to get a bunch of time off of that. No, we won't be dead here. Unless they specifically set up around around their Reforged not happening. Which I don't know why they would do that against green-white. Yes, I know we're playing 4-color basic swamp, but they don't know that. Like, and even if they like you and your kappas. You and your kappas. Solitary on top?
You can
I'll probably wait till later to have that. Demonic Tutors! How'd the farming go today? I saw you were tearing it up all over this trophy race, and we're about to set up a glorious blowout on our friendly neighborhood Belcher player here. Hopefully. Oh, who set up the Shadow command? Who is a goddamn hero? Because we were trying to do that, and it was not happening for us. Was that you, Red 7? Did you do this magic? If so, you're a goddamn hero. No, it's just like Roy is pretty good at it. He's been my longtime mod. Go for it, opponent. Oh! Oh no! Ayo! My opponent's been triggered. About 1,000 terror. I'm gonna bet on 1,000. Maybe I should have played the Weaver. I definitely should have played the Weaver. Oops. No, 1,200 is too high. I'm gonna go 1,000. 1,000 is high, but not ridiculous. What's the rip for? The lines that they construct with Pyromancer's Ascension. Because that's a thing that they go to. I should probably Stony here, because they can't pact me yet. I wish I'd Weavered last turn. That would have been the play, because then we could set up everything, but... Well, they could Ritual after they pack. They could go Ritual into Manamorphose. So technically they could play through. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. We play the Stony this turn, we'll play the Rip next turn, we'll be fine. And if they manage to get ahead of us, we'll lose. I know. I could have had so much mana, Chris. It would have been so good. Would have been rolling in mana. That's right. Putting together the beautiful enchantment prison. Yeah, we can copy the curse. And then name Belcher. They could have stacked a Force of Vigor somewhere on the top, which I should be worried about. If I draw the land, we play Greater Auramancy into Rest in Peace. It's a Copy Enchantment Terror. It's ancient. What's it from? Alpha? Is Copy Enchantment an Alpha card? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I think it's ABU. That might be like Copy Aura. Copy Artifact, right. Enchantment wasn't not until Ravnica? Are we sure it wasn't like Urza's or Tempest? I swear I remember Mark Rosewater talking about it as being in some previous set. That's not what I wanted. I wanted... Why does it not default to Scryfall? Yeah, weird. Copy. Copy artifact, copy enchant, okay. Jeez. I'd rather play the Auramancy first and see if we spike the land. Because if I hit the land, if they vigor me in response, I could still end up winning. Oh, they just scooped. Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about though, Ral Garaz. Like I thought Tempest had like a copy something card that was like. So I was listening to Mark Rosewater talking about Tempest at some point recently. Oops. Oh shit, we're against Dylan. Dylan said, "Win or lose, I'm so sorry." We're against Dylan MTG, brewer of nonsense. Plays Chancellor of the Annex. Okay, I'm gonna jam Thin Ice into this, huh? Anyone got a problem with that? Not me. Oh, that's not a snowland. All right, whatever. Maybe against some kind of whatever this nonsense is deck, it'll be better to lose that and play the Sterling Grove. In fact, there's a pretty good chance of that. If it's a Reanimator, we can grab. We don't have Rest in Peace in the main deck. Savvy Triome. What is happening? I'm not going to grab anything until I know what I'm up against. Plus, I'm going to draw the nuts. It's definitely some kind of Reanimator. We just don't have a main deck Rest in Peace. Can Blood Moon them? Yeah, next turn we will. Yeah, that's what we'll do. They're gonna Pox, aren't they? Well. Yeah. Well. Gonna have to draw a... Should have played a fetch. I know. I didn't know what I was up against earlier. See? Nothing matters. Nothing even matters. Look, anyone can see. You know what, though, Chris? It's a very necessary card. Hey, I skillfully tutored for my Blood Moon here, sir, and I will not take your slander on the matter. I'll save the next one. We skillfully outskilled our opponent. Skillfully. Play more basic lands. No, you. Yeah, it's like playing a creature deck that doesn't have an out for Ensnaring Bridge. People do it all the time. You should do it all the time. Sometimes you get got. It's okay. It's okay to lose to things that don't come up that often. So next turn we just grab Destiny Spinner and kill them, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. With trample. Okay, good. They're dead. Got him. May have a Solitude. Eh. We could just activate in response though. We had enough power. They were dead. We were attacking with at least 36. If they exile one of them, it's still 24, and they had 4 toughness. Yeah, and it gives haste, so you can't target the wrong lands. So it's like they're not getting through that. All right, this and these, and that's probably it. Did Nice is out, I guess. I'm trying to think if there's any creatures they have that I'd actually want to remove. I guess they're not playing all ETBs, but they're probably playing Prismatic Ending. This D Sphere is much slower. Maybe I should have boarded at the Sprawls, though. Because we could get into trouble with a hand like this. It's even possible I should have led on the planes there. Yeah, green mana could become an issue. Yeah, leading on the planes would have got us in a better spot here. I guess. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. If we get poxed, we get poxed. No, there's Boom Bust, Basic Swamp. And Pox. Alright, opponent's scooping. You don't know Boom Bust, our Lord and Savior Basic Swamp? Oh, brother. I'm gonna teach you. The greatest split card ever printed. Boom. Destroy target land you control and target land you don't control. Bust. Armageddon. I own 4 in paper. I don't play these decks very often, but Said "oh brother" wrong? I think I can say it however I want, sir. Madam. Yeah, sure. It's also the exclamation point deck, Kurt Bros. No, it's all good. Oh, I didn't change the stream title again. Damn it. We finally found a Luris deck. Mono Blue Tron when? I don't know, whenever. Oh, it's hammer time again. Alright. Think I already have the win? Well, we didn't play mono blue Carrion. We played blue green. But yeah. It's my least favorite card to play against. It's a 1-1 split of Monastery Swiftspear with Lava Dart. Yeah, we played with the Quasis. Alright, opponent, you're dead. You have died. They're dead. They just haven't hit the ground yet. Opponent sending a message? You gotta send that message. How are they dead though? Well, they're not dead. They could just never beat us. Ever. I'll show you how they're dead on my upkeep. Don't you worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna be alright. You don't draw cards? Yes, we do. We draw cards just fine. I know it's not a growth. It doesn't need to be. We've already done this before. We've done this before. We've already won a game this way. We draw for turn. Stack triggers. Pick up the Solitary. Sack the Solitary that's not in play. Draw for turn. We don't need anything else. We're done. It's over. They can't ever kill my creature. As long as I don't attack, we can't lose. We just slowly set up what we need. No, I'm just saying you should know this, though. You should know this for your play of this deck that you submitted. Okay, again, it is technically possible they could find a way to kill me. Most main deck hammer decks won't be able to win here, but it's possible. It's a good line, it is. Yeah, we're milling them out with their Esper Sentinel right now. They're drawing 2 cards per turn cycle, and we're not. And we can also stop. Anytime we want, we can just stop. How much do we lose to clock? They're losing a clock. We're not the ones losing the clock. They are. Well, I have no idea, Red 7. I don't know or care. They're gonna scoop. I'm calling it. They will scoop. They're gonna have to discard the hand size or play out cards every single turn. So nice copy target. What are we supposed to copy? Oh, Sanctum Weaver. Yeah, that'll get us a game win pretty quickly eventually. They're definitely fudged. They cannot win this game. I'm gonna save Copy Enchantment for if we draw the Groove or an Enchantress's Presence, because that'll make winning this game a lot less tedious. Auto yield to stuff at some point. I don't want to screw up the combo yet. You MTG. So I'm not going to be doing that on my upkeep stuff, but I can remove my upkeep stop. I don't actually need that. I guess I can auto yield to this. Honestly, we're just going to mill them out at this point. Yeah, Sentinel we can do. But the thing is, I have to make a choice on Sentinel every time, so I still have to pound through the nose. But yeah, we can yield the Sentinel, and we can yield the Solitary, and actually we could even yield the Riptide, because the stacking will never be automatic. So technically we can yield this. Maybe they have main decked ending. I doubt it. I guess we could Blood Moon them. Good. Okay, they're off of it. Yeah, it's like super unlikely. I mean, there was a time when some hammerless were playing like two main decked endings. Again, some hammerless, not a lot. It didn't stick around. So, uh, yeah, they have a bunch of they usually play 1 to 4 Springleaf drums in their black white deck. So yeah, they definitely can make 5 colors even if they want to. I don't think we need the sideboard D sphere. I feel like it's always a little bit excessive to bring it in. Auramancy can come out? Yeah, that's what I did. It's on my screen, Red 7. I see your cat gem and raise you a gem of cat. Cat jelly, even. That's pretty sick. I have BTTV. Cat preserves. Oh, we've been leveled. Cat preserves. It's fine. Turn 2 Blood Moon is fine on the draw. Might be a Stone Rain. Duh. Okay, that was almost looking like it was going to be insane. So should I just de-sphere the Paladin here? Yeah, especially because of the way my draw worked out. They go Lurrus to hand, they're done. This is still good, though. Because we can go Growth into Blood Moon. Okay, Carionlich, you're like a minute behind constantly. Not that I mind, I'm just letting you know you're behind. Shock this. You want green? Do I need more green? I think I want more green. Got him. Yeah, that was super smooth. If you want to just smash a lot of the queue, Enchantress seems easy mode. We didn't run into a single control player today. Literally all day. I think we're gonna run over to Nahiri Boom for the last one. But yeah, this was super smooth, super powerful, very sweet. So shout out to Carionlich for the great list that we finally got to play with Copy Enchantment. Taught Carionlich, the person who submitted the deck, something about Riptide Chimera. And the reason I was almost going to cut the Chimera at the beginning of the league for Lotus or for Mana Bloom is like he's like, oh, it's just a different way to have Mana Bloom. But that's not true at all. This does a bunch of different stuff. You can bounce your Copy Enchantments to reset them. You can use Riptide Chimera to pull yourself out of a Blood Moon, or reset your Damping Sphere, or reset your On Thin Ice. 3/4 flyer. I mean, I don't care about the 3/4 flyer. It could be a 0/4 defender without flying, and I'd be pretty much as happy with it. Because like it having power was basically never relevant. I mean, against Belcher maybe kind of eventually, but they couldn't beat us. That was what beat them. It wasn't the 3/4. It wasn't the fact that it was a clock. Like the 3/4 flyer, I'm sure it'll be relevant at some point, but the more important part about it is it just lets you keep resetting enchantments. And as I demonstrated, there's a stacking trick you can do with Solitary Confinement that can win you games. So it's a 2-card combo that any deck that doesn't have a disenchant effect won't be able to beat. Yeah, and it can have Shroud, which is nice. So anyway, I'm going to upload this one to YouTube. So if you're in the future watching this on the YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, or check out any of my other videos that you're interested in.